Hey guys, welcome to Wine Diplomat. I'm Eureka, and today we're going to talk about buying a bottle of wine based solely on the label. If you've seen the last video we did Freak Show Cabernet. It's a really cool video, and it's a good opportunity to click that like button and that subscribe button so that you can see all the content that we post every week, every Friday. There's a new video. So today we are going to talk about a wine that I've had many times. Every year it's consistently pretty good. But if you didn't know that, the only thing you had to do is look at the wine wall and you would see a crazy looking wine called Phantom Proprietary Red from Bogle. So the first thing we're looking at is it's an interesting use of how we're putting the packaging together. It's not just a sticker label on here. We're actually there's a texture. It's like a screen printing onto the glass. And so this doesn't say Napa Valley or even California on the front. It's just eye-catching with this phantom in gold, with this the vines kind of spookily, with smoke coming out from you could see the vines here and the smoke's rising from almost you'd feel like it's it's midnight, right? And the moon is rising, and all that you could see were the vines. So as we take a look here, it's just very, very interesting as I rotate this around. On the back of the bottle, you have your first look at what this wine is, what the grapes are in this, or at least that's what we're trying to look for. The only thing that I could see, there's no vintage on the front of this label. So the only thing was at the top of this, when I opened it, it had 2017. So when we're looking at the label, there's no year, there's nothing on the back here. But what you do get on the back is a little glimpse. So let's read the notes here. We call him the Phantom, a ghostly figure that wanders the Bogle cellars at night. Fleeting glimpses of muddy work boots and blue jeans, then gone. Wild berries and black pepper are framed by the influence of oak with baking spices and a hint of toasty vanilla. So that's what we're seeing on the back of the label here. A little bit of text. You know, some of those tasting notes, cool. We'll see if that's actually what's going on in here. For the price point, you're spending around $14 to $15 for this wine. I got it a couple bucks off on sale at a local ABC. So I guess there's really nothing else to do. It's a cool label. It's got some cool gold specs to it. A little bit of text on the back, kind of setting you up for the story. So it's a lot more marketing than trying to really get to the essence of a wine geek or something like that. We're trying to just have a cool label. And now let's see what the wine's like. So, first thing, we'll look at the color. This is a blend. It does not say on the bottle itself, but when you go to their website, it shows that it's a blend of Petite Sirah and Zinfandel. So those are two grapes that are usually used in California blends because both of them are pitch black. When you lift this up in the light, you cannot see through this glass. It is absolutely dark. Let's see if I can show this on the swirl here. It is pitch black through there. Both Zinfandel and Petite Sirah are going to be characterized with this inky, purple, super dark burgundy color to it. On the nose, we're looking for, with Zinfandel and Petite Sirah, they tend to be a little bit pepper, blackberry, raspberry, kind of those tart, dark fruits, right? There's even a, it's in a good way, it's like a raisiny. I mean, I know they're grapes, but kind of when you have those dried raisins They're giving you that kind of, it's not just the sweet grapes that like you're popping the cotton candy grapes or something like that. Nothing like that. This is deep, dark blackberry. Yeah, man. That's a pretty good wine. Uh, Absolutely picks up what I'm looking for in super good Zinfandel, in super good Petite Sirah. It's lush, it's deep, it's dark, it's definitely higher alcohol. That's another telltale thing with Zinfandel and Petite Sirah. High alcohol, pitch black, super ripe fruit. Both of these grapes are grown in areas that have they do really well where there's a lot of sunlight, and these grapes are able to really reach their ripened potential. So, $15. It looks cool. Um, it's like, man, I would think with this kind of label, it's sort of towing that line between a fine wine where it's like it's clean and it's classy. It's trying to speak to you in a way that says this isn't going to be old world French wine. It's going to be new school. It's going to be the new ways of doing things, but just very clean label to it. It's exactly what the wine is communicating as well. You know how last time we had the freak show and it was all over the place. It was just the label was just so much crazy stuff, and the wine was like that too. It was like big fruit just coming at you. This is this is kind of like walking in that vineyard at midnight, right? It's like there's a little bit of smoke coming out. There's this kind of like haunting peppery note in the back end of it. Yeah, man. Uh, I'm digging it. I think this is fun. I think this is a good wine that you could just drink by itself because of the high alcohol, because of the high fruit content. I think that you could absolutely just enjoy this without food. But I would say for those who are looking for a really good bargain and a wine that, not everyone's going to be, like I said, filet mignon or whatever. Sometimes you just want a wine for whatever you're doing. But if you did happen to cook up even just like a cheese plate, like a sharp cheddar or like a Tom or even maybe because this doesn't have sweetness. So if you had like a honey goat cheese, right? Or if you did cook up some, some steak, this would go well with it. You could do this. I wouldn't do pizza. I wouldn't do burgers. I wouldn't do things like that. This could handle some more upscale fine dining, right? And for $15, I think it's a wonderful value. As I'm still tasting it, there's this very long, decadent finish. I can still taste that blackberry, that raspberry, man. Uh, yeah, I think it's a solid deal. I think that if you were to look at this label and just kind of walk by it, you'd be missing out. If you're buying it just because of the label, I think you're in for a treat. I think you're finding a wine, in my estimation, that is definitely worth the $15. It could probably be $10 more and still be worth the money. It's meets all the telltale signs as a wine geek when I'm thinking about the grapes that are in here. I think that it definitely shoots to the mid tier to high tier of what we're looking for, like in a really good red Zinfandel. Uh, yeah, and this would be a really good way for all you viewers that already know a lot about wine and you're kind of getting your friends and family into it. This is a solid wine. I think, I'll show you the label here again. I think it's a solid wine that's you could bring over. It's maybe start up some conversation about how cool it looks. Your friends that are just getting into blends and you're trying to get them out of the $7 to $10 range where you start seeing a little bit more just one note juice. They're blending a bunch of stuff, but you could tell that like it's just high sugar, high alcohol. That's what they're trying to get across. This would be a good way to kind of to upgrade them into the next tier and the next level for not a lot of money. So, trying to think of what else to say other than Bogle. You did it again. I was interested to see what you do. They have a whole line of these Phantom. There's a Chardonnay, I'm sure I think there's a couple other wines, but the red blend is the one that's been consistent. It gets the points, it gets the acclaim from the critics, and you can add me to another one of the people that are singing the praises of Bogle Phantom Proprietary Red. So if there's one more thing you can do for us, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It takes maybe a second for you, but it means a whole lot to us as we grow this channel. So the other thing, share it. Share it with somebody. You know somebody. You know someone. So get it to your friends. Spread the word, man. Appreciate your time. Thanks for watching us. And for all of us here at the Wine Diplomat, we say cheers. We're going to pour some more of this. And we'll see you next week. So, ma'am, this is an Arby's. Can you keep it down? This is a family establishment, ma'am.